G Money.
Yo,
we back.
We back at it. What's up, man?
Let me start off by saying, let me apologize to the people. I know we've been going for about 3 weeks. I had some surgery, ESG surgery. You know what I mean? It's like a sleeve shit, man. Some weight loss shit I had. I got it for free. Shout out to Dr. Batash.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not afraid to say it, man. I'm saying I dropped like 20 pounds.
Okay, yeah.
I've been out of it, but you know, I'm not afraid to say it. I'm from Queens, man. You know what I'm talking about? We don't hide nothing. G thought I was gonna hide it. I thought I didn't work out. I'm not like that. I guess I didn't work out. I took the cheap route, huh? And I got it for free because I'm Queens Flip, huh? Yeah, I took the cheap route. So I've been drinking water. Look at my water.
Wow.
I have another water. I gotta eat 6 to 8 ounces. No more than 8 ounces. Tomorrow is my last day of puree food. I gotta have to do soft foods tomorrow. It's been killing me, but I'm here. G Money didn't know I was down for a while.
I didn't even know.
You know what I mean? No, shout out to Bass. Bass been putting up with me. I love this guy. But my brother did not know.
I didn't even know, bro. I thought you was just busy with the network stuff. I didn't know you was just out, like, you know what I'm saying? I was out for a week too. So
He was in the Bahamas. Yeah. You didn't even tell me.
I told people.
Don't talk to my friend. How was the trip? How's everything?
Nah, shot my son Dawson's birthday was on the 7th, so it took him to Bahamas for his birthday.
You like it?
Yeah, it was dope.
Did you two, though?
It's us two,
Did
yeah.
you meet a woman out there?
No, I didn't.
Come on.
He tried to catch me. Nah, I didn't know.
No? Just you and your son?
Yeah.
All right, real quick. What did y'all eat? Breakfast on the No, because you're a picky eater. And I'm pretty sure he is. What did you... Because you're the father.
Yeah.
I can't see... What did you give him? You bought oodles and noodles out there?
No, I didn't. Well, you know on the cruise, like, most of the food is free, so...
He was on the cruise?
Yeah, we took a cruise to the Bahamas, yeah.
How many days?
For 4 days, 5 days.
So you on the boat for 5 days?
Yeah.
So how long did it take it back? To get back? 1 day?
Well, we flew to Miami, took the cruise from Miami to Bahamas. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how. So
what type of food was on there?
Well, we had a lot of pizza. We had, hamburgers, hot dogs.
Oh.
But first night we did go to hibachi, though. You know, we love hibachi. So first night we had to go to the nice hibachi and get right. After that, we just had a bunch of pizza.
Was the pizza good at least? I can't even eat pizza no more. Let me just say this. I want to tell you something. My doctor think I'm crazy. A lot of people think I'm crazy, but I'm going to tell you this. It's a mind thing. I've been watching McDonald's, Pizza Hut, documentaries, watching the cheese come off slowly. Now, when you do these surgeries, they give you something for the mind, but I feel like I have to resist the urges. I have to fight it. I ain't going to lie. I taste it in my mouth. Pause. I had to fight it. My stomach started hurting and everything, but you got to fight it. Yeah. They give you medicine for mental, because, you know, to lose a lot of weight so fast, it could do something to you, especially when you change your diet. But I sat there and I watched it. Discipline. I watched, I swear.
That's what it's about, though.
History 101 on Netflix.
That's what it's about.
It had pizza, it had McDonald's, and I sat there and watched it. I ain't gonna lie. When you want it, I tasted it. My mouth was, I'm like, what in the world? Then I wanted White Castle. Then I watched Undercover Boss White Castle. I watched every food documentary. I think I got it under control.
You got it?
Yeah.
Let's see how long. I'm proud of you, man. Let's round of applause on man one time. That's it. Good job, man. Making the change, you know what I'm saying? For the better.
First and foremost, before we get to our guests, Tati Mondays.
Tati Mondays in the building.
Tuesday, sorry. My man Bassy, welcome back. Good to see Bassy, man.
Yes, sir.
He's stressed. He like he lost weight too. I don't know. Have you been in the gym or is that stress? You look good, man. How you doing? You been working out? Bike riding. You look good for real. Good seeing you, man. I'm really happy to see you, man. Good to see you too. It's been almost a month.
Yeah. Our last interview, I guess.
Keith Murray, yeah, he walked
out of here.
Keith Murray walked out on the last. I'm gonna get to you too. Now let me say this: people keep asking why you didn't put the clip out. I put it out on Instagram, and I saw the comments, and I'm like, I don't want a legend to look like that. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Cause I didn't want to, cause they're gonna be like Queens Flip is back at it again, embarrassing people. I didn't want to do that. So I didn't. Then I put it out on YouTube. That's a get down. I'm like, man, I don't need to. We don't need to embarrass anybody. They embarrass themselves. But shout out to Keith Murray. I really enjoyed that interview.
That was dope.
Before it turned.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. But
yeah.
Sponsors? You ready
nah,
for the show?
No sponsors, man. I'm ready.
G Money.
Yo.
Episode 209. Nigga, we made it. We got a special guest. Woo. The Zoe in the building.
The Zoe. Sakafet.
Yeah, Sakafet.
Hey, no lie, no lie.
Can we put the mic down a little bit? I want to see his face. A lot of times these short guys, we block their face when the mic is high. My man, round of applause. While he fixed the devices.
Try to help these guys out. Try to help these guys out.
Champ is here.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Haitian boxing legend. One time, he was top 3 welterweight in the world. Am I right?
Facts.
Shit. Thought I forgot that, huh?
Shit, damn near number 1 in the world.
Yeah. My man.
Yeah.
Andre Berto.
Yes, sir.
What up, my man? How you doing?
Good.
Welcome to Flip the Script.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
It was hard to get you up here. You thought I was playing pranks on you.
I thought you was with the
let's talk about the debate to get you up here.
Yeah, I thought you were with the bullshit. I said I ain't got time for Flip, man. He been do some crazy shit. I ain't got time for that. But then, after further conversation, I'm like, okay, he's serious. Okay, it might be a serious situation. All right, cool. Let me go show my man some love. Let me pop out. And, of course, I'm always up here anyway. I'm always in the city. So
Facts.
I say, fuck it, let me get out here.
Shout out to Eve the barber. She cuts your hair sometime, Eve.
Yeah,
shout
that's my
to
girl.
Eve.
Yeah, my man here.
Yeah.
My man Jacko plugged me in with her.
Yeah, Eve. Shout out to Eve. Fire.
Shout out to
Amazing
Eve.
barber.
Okay, yeah.
Great barber. Shout out
That's
to
my
Eve.
girl, man. She always makes sure to take care of me.
Yeah.
So what's up, man? What's going on? We here,
Man.
You crazy.
Nah, this was dope. I'm not a crazy big boxing fan. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I wasn't aware of this gentleman's accolades until I had to do some research, and I seen how dangerous he was.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, I
he's
seen a lot of
good.
fights. I seen a lot of I'm saying, I'm popping his.
Cause you do your research.
I had to.
I go off the brain.
I had
I
to.
go off the brain. Cause you do your research. I ain't gonna lie. I saw you know like a.
I had to. Look, I had to see what's going on. I had to see.
That's a lot of numbers, man.
to see. This guy he did a lot of things, man.
He did.
But we're gonna take our time up here. We're gonna go back, before the 2-time champion and all this other stuff. Tell me right where you from?
From
born and raised.
Of course, I'm a Florida boy.
Florida boy. In the building.
Born in Miami, raised in Central Florida, Polk County.
Okay.
Well, a lot of people know about Polk County. It's when a lot of the shit that went down in Polk County just years ago continue to be known for a lot of that, but just made it up out of there, and ended up being ranked number 1 in the country as an amateur. Made the Olympics, went to Olympics in 2004.
Hold on. We ain't trying to go that fast with it.
don't go that fast.
Okay, slow it on down.
Yeah, slow it down.
Slow it on down.
Slow it down.
Tell me where y'all want to go with it.
So all right, so Miami.
Born in Miami, raised in Central Florida.
Got you.
Raised in Polk County.
I know earlier he said Zoe, but for those who don't know the Zoe, Haitian descent.
Parents. Yeah, I was raised by Haitian parents, and Haitian immigrant parents. You know what I mean? So of course we ain't really grow up with too much at all. But but just being able to see our circumstances, growing up with my brothers and sisters, and just seeing how hard my parents had to work.
Right.
I know it had to be somebody like myself to kind of change, our situation, change our atmosphere. You know what I mean?
How many siblings do you have?
Shit, how many I got? 3 brothers, 3 sisters. Yeah, 3 brothers and 3 sisters. I'm right in the middle.
Did y'all all live together? Or?
Everybody lived together. Everybody, everybody was fighters, man. Everybody was fighters. You know what I mean? My pops was a fighter. My brothers, they did, karate and judo, growing up.
Oh, wow.
All my sisters, they were judo champions.
Really?
My brothers, they ended up being national wrestling champions. And me, I was the boxer in the house. So, any type of shit that went down in the house, we just pushed the furniture out the way and got to it. For real facts.
So who's the strongest person? Growing
and
up.
My pops,
in the
actually,
household?
my pops, he fought at UFC 3. You know what I mean, from back in the day, yeah. So,
But out of you and your siblings though, like growing up as a young kid, like let's say like 7, 8, 9 years old, like
Yeah.
I'm sure y'all had fights in the house. Like who was the strongest out of all you guys?
I was the badass in the house for sure. Like, what I mean? I really try to get to it. You know what I mean? But my older brothers, of course, they was a little stronger than me just growing up. But I was, I was a troublemaker in the house. I was the one always getting in trouble at school, always, I got arrested a few times. I was like the badass in the house. You know what I mean? But then again, just, it had to have like some type of switch, I think just happened, as soon as I got to high school. And I just knew I just had to, you had to try to change it up, boy, I was gonna fuck it all the way up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was in the streets a little bit, but then again, I was in the gym training as well, so I was trying to balance everything just growing up.
So in the household, you say your dad used to fight.
Yeah.
So what was your first memories of your dad? Like, you seeing your dad fight professionally or anything like that?
I mean, it was early, man. It was early because, like I said, he used to get into the fight game early. So he used to go fight in Japan. Mm-hmm. I was a kid, and that was before the UFC kind of got over here in the States. They used to do all that stuff in Japan. So him, Ken, like Ken Shamrock, all those guys, they used to go out to Japan and.
What you play that?
His pops was out there.
Well, I'm watching the fight now, man. Damn, why would you
watch the
fight? In '92.
It's crazy. And they used to get it in back then, man. So, man, I used to always just see him, that's how I was a kid. Get it in.
Hold on. So what made, so.
Talk to me.
How old is your oldest sibling?
Shit, I don't know. Well, Edson's 40, 43, maybe?
What made Pops, so as Haitian immigrants, what made Pops go to fighting? Like, that's something unique that...
Yeah. I mean, when he came over here, he was a lot, you know what I'm saying? He was a little different from all the other Haitians that came over. You know what I'm saying? My granddaddy, you know what I mean? Like, he was a bad dude, back in Haiti as well. He used to do, like, the stick sword fighting back then. I know you're talking about. So when my pops came, he already had that chip on his shoulder. He went to school here in the States, too. You know what I mean? So he got a chance to really just understand, like, the American culture. So he wasn't like a lot of other Haitians that came over that didn't really know how to speak too much English and used to wear church clothes everywhere and that type of shit. Like, he kind of, really got with, what was going on here, quite fast. And just everybody that he grew up around, they was in the streets. Either you were, like, either you out working, like picking oranges, or you was out in the streets back then. If you were Haitian, Jamaican, Colombian, all that shit. When we were, growing up as a kid, he was one of the guys that was in the streets. Of course, he took care of his family, but he was one of the, one of the dudes that was really out there. So, but like I said, I think he just met some guys or just met some people that were into the martial arts, and he just kind of just moved in that lane. You know what I mean? So he just kind of took that route.
Yeah, I'm looking at Pops right now. Like,
oh yeah.
Really?
Crazy.
Kickboxing, look at beating. So what was it like growing up in a household? So first of all, tell us about Mom real quick. What type of person was
Mom? Was different. Of course, you got my pops. He was like the general. He was the pit bull in the house. And my mama, she was more of like the love in the house. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Classic Haitian woman, cook, clean, go to work. Make sure the kids taken care of. Can't really say much. You know what I'm saying? My pops was just he was real big, real dominant. He had big spirit. Anytime we got in trouble, it was 500 push-ups, 500 squats before we went to school. You know what I mean? So he ran the house with a real, with some real authority. You understand? So we just had that balance just growing up.
Was he strict?
Oh, strict. Shit, everybody growing up with us. It wasn't just us. It was the whole community, the whole city, the whole, area. They knew him and they knew what type of ship he ran. Like any other, like it was like this. It was like all the other Haitian families around our community, if they kids got in trouble, they brought them to our house. So our daddy can take care of that. You know what I mean? Because he was just that big of a force, not just for regular people, but of course just for the Haitian culture. He can speak English, he can handle this, he can take care of this. So they always brought him over. They always brought the kids over that way so he can handle business with them as well. You know what I mean?
I saw that Pops, he passed away.
Yeah.
2018?
He just passed, yeah.
Man, my condolences, man.
Yeah, man. So that was big for everybody.
And
yeah.
How close were you guys?
We had of course we were really close, you know what I mean? But we had like a love-hate relationship, just growing up.
Explain that.
Because, I was so much like him. We used to always just bump heads. in the house all the time. You know what I'm saying? I was, he was real dominant, but I was a dominant little kid too. I was a bad little kid. I always wanted just to show my authority at a young age. I didn't want nobody helping me, and it was hard for him to deal with somebody like me as well. You know what I'm saying? But as I got older, me always trying to prove myself to him, I really believe is the reason why, I got to where I was. Because everything that I did and tried to accomplish, it was to try to, get that approval from him. But he was the type, he never really showed that approval. That's just how he was. But he didn't really try to give too much of, praise. He didn't do that. Okay, good. You did all right. Okay, good. Make sure you're at the gym tomorrow. It was like that. But when I'm walking around town, they looking at me like I'm gonna be the next, Floyd Mayweather walking around. But I never really got that approval from him. But that just drove me every day. So we had that type of relationship coming up, man, and it was kind of tough. But then again, like I said, it kind of, took me to where
Did
I
it do
needed
something
to
to you emotionally, you think? Like as a kid, when you want approval from your father?
Yeah.
A lot of Caribbean parents are, so, I'm Haitian too. I'm Haitian and Jamaican. My
Really?
mom was Haitian. My dad's Jamaican, yeah. So, yeah, I'm half Haitian, yes.
Okay,
so,
so you know what it is, man.
Yeah, so I understand the strictness.
Yeah.
Of parents. So, did you? A lot of times when you hear about the stories and the strictness with parents, especially from the Caribbean, we grew up with resentment.
Yeah.
What do you think it did to you as a kid? How did it make you feel emotionally?
I don't think I grew up with too much resentment.
Okay.
Because I understood our situation. And I understood me going to every other household, I'm a Haitian household. I understand that was like our culture, growing up. And just growing up, I automatically knew, like, okay, listen, you know what I mean? My pops is strict, but I know that he sees something in me that I need to try to continue to try to push it, to another level, because I know who he is. I know that he wouldn't try to waste his time with me if he didn't see it. You understand me? But then again, I've always told myself, when I was a young kid, like, okay, listen, once I have, like I said, my own family, I'm going to take a lot of things that he kind of put in me, but certain things I'm going to give my child, like when it comes to a lot of, love and gratitude and being able to show that affection. Mm-hmm. We didn't get that at all growing up. So either it just depends on what type of kid you are, because me, it drove me. But other kids, I can see that it kind of made them spin the other way. Yeah, I mean, they wanted to get that love and wanted to get that attention from the streets, from whatever the case may be. But for me, I just kind of took it in on what I believe they were trying to do, and really just let that shit just drive me to another level, and it did. Yeah,
that's dope. Yo, so you said earlier that you were doing a lot of stuff and getting in a lot of trouble. So talk about like some of the first things or some crazy stuff that you did as a kid growing up to get you in trouble, like school or.
Yeah, I was just doing dumb shit. Just dumb shit. I just had that chip on my shoulder early. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Fighting at school. Just basically just trying to prove a point, all the time. Just had I had like a little gang of kids I used to always just rock with. And if somebody kind of, I disrespected the situation, even though I knew I was going to get in trouble, even though I knew they was going to call my dad, he was going to beat my ass, I gotta prove a point. You know what I'm saying? That was me. And, like my brothers and sisters, they didn't understand it. My mama didn't understand it at times. Like, why you keep doing this shit? Like, he finna beat your ass. Like, he got to a point that my teachers and my principals, they used to be nervous to call this man to come up and get me. They're like, oh, man, we got to call him to come back and come get you. And my pops, he ain't give a fuck. He'll come up to school and slap me in front of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'll do shit like that. But I don't know, man. I was just wired a little different, man. I was wired a little tough, growing up.
So, were you scared of your pops as a kid?
Nah, I think that was the problem. I was scared of him, but I don't know. I was scared of him, but at the same time, I wanted to show him that I was a man as well. Even though when I was young, I wanted to show him that I was a man too, because I seen the way they respected him wherever he went. I seen the way he talked to just us as kids, and I seen the fright that was in us. And I see when he spoke to other grown men, you know, he never asked nobody what to do. He used to tell you what to do, and they'll just do it. You know what I'm saying? So that type of shit, for some type of reason, it's like I wanted that, and I wanted him to see that in me. So I used to try him just because. You know what I'm saying? I used to show him. You know, I used to just want to try to show him that I'm going to be next up just like that. But I had to go through a lot of the bullshit. Like, he used to have to keep cracking me over my head to be like, all right, you need to slow down. You need to relax. You know what I mean? I didn't never want them to do anything for me. I wanted to go and, I went and bought my own car. I got my own job. You know what I mean? I remember showing up at the bank with I think I had $2,000 when I was like 13, 14 at the bank in like a brown paper bag trying to open up a bank account. And they, the lady asked me for my number, and they got my number. They just called my parents. They come pick me up. Just like, what are y'all doing? Like, I'm trying to do the right thing. Like, as a man, I'm trying to open the mother. Nah, bro, you can't do that. So I was just trying to do everything just by myself, just to try to show my manhood, and they wasn't with it.
How did you make that money?
Everything, bro. I was doing some everything back then, bro. I was moving and shaking, but then again, I was cutting grass. You know what I mean? I'm working at I was a manager at I was working at a little jewelry store, sweeping the floors. I was just trying to do whatever it took, because in my heart, in my mind, I'm like, shit, they need it. They need help and assistance. My brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? They looking at school. They trying to be kids. Like, I want to, you know what I mean? I think I got what it takes to be, you know what I mean, to be an adult to help the situation. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just took that initiative early. They seen it. They didn't like it, but they liked it because they used to find my money all the time. You know what I'm saying? My mom used to just take that shit.
And do what with it?
That's one thing in Haitian households, bro. If you're a kid, you cannot have money. If you have money anywhere, you know what I mean, in your possession, what are you doing with that? Give me that. Let me buy you some clothes or something. Let me do that. When it comes to kids, they do not play with kids trying to be adults at all. So I used to take my money all the time. I used to take my money. I used to hide it. I used to hide it different, you know what I mean, like different parts of my room. And if I walk in my room, I see my room clean, I'm like, damn, I'm searching. She trying to get me. Like, she used to find my shit all the time. All the time. She used to go and try to supposedly clean my room just to find my stash all the time.
Real quick, what mom used to cook when you was younger? What give me some of the meals, man.
My mom?
Yeah.
She used to cook everything, man. Legume, of course, my favorite.
Sauce
pois, griot, poodle, of course. Wasn't carbouille, everything. She's cooking all.
Hey, yo, hold
my
on,
mama
listen.
the best.
I'm gonna keep it real. Like,
my mama the best.
People be telling me the white sauce bar is good. But that's whack, right? Like, only the brown, right?
Yeah, I think the brown and the black the best.
Yeah, like, nobody eat white and green and all that.
He said white and green.
You didn't know they had that?
Nah, I ain't with the green. The white, yeah, of course. I mean, the white, all right, but it's the brown and the black sauce.
Nobody eats green. Yeah, green sauce bar, bro.
Green sauce bar.
Swear to God,
I ain't seen it.
Yeah, I'm having the same page.
One thing I hated was kalaloo. I hate that. She already, still even now to this day, if I come back home, she knows she can't even make that around the house.
What's it called, you said?
Kalaloo?
It's called kalaloo. It's like okra.
Oh, nah, I ain't with
But
that.
the way Haitians make it, they make it.
I tried it on the show.
But the way like Haitians make it, they make it real slimy. It's like, like everything like a stew. That shit,
What is it called? How you say it?
It's called kalaloo. Kalaloo, it's okra. Haitian okra.
And you don't like it?
What? I can't even look at it. I'm ready to throw up. Ready to throw up.
Crazy,
just like me.
No, sir.
So,
no, sir.
How did you get along with your siblings?
Man, everybody tight, man. It's one thing about us, man. Just with us, we always been tight. All my brothers, all my sisters. We always had just that, like that mantra in our mind was like, like we all we got. That's something we used to say all the time. We all we got. So my sisters, my brothers, everybody had to be on the same, that same wavelength. Like I say, everybody understood our circumstances. Our pops raised us all like soldiers. And that's just what it was. And we got a lot of, like a lot of attention, a lot of, admiration just from the community that we grew up in because everybody was dogs. That was it. Everybody was dogs.
Wasn't one of your sisters in fighting too or no?
Yeah. I got one of my sisters. She almost went to the UFC actually.
Yeah, I saw that.
But yeah, she a beast too. She crazy.
So, sorry, G. So, all right, moving forward, what like living in the household, Haitian parents.
Yeah.
You want to prove to pops that you be able to get it on your own.
Facts.
You want to prove to pops, and Haitian, stubborn, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You got a lot of ass whoopings as a kid.
Ass whoopings. I got beatings, nigga.
What?
I didn't get no ass whoopings. I got beatings.
What was? No, I don't want you to describe the beating because I want to know like.
Beats.
What did you do? What was the worst thing you did that you was afraid to go home? Maybe one of the top things, because we always remember that top ass whooping, but what did you do?
I got a lot of ass whoopings, but my daddy was like this. I used to have like a method because I know how to read him, right? So it didn't matter. Like if you, like if you come from a Haitian household, it doesn't even have to be a big situation. You're gonna get your ass tore up. Like if I ain't, my turn to wash the dishes, and I ain't get finished washing the dishes, or if I forgot to feed the dog, he tear my ass up. But it got to a point that, like I said, I was very rebellious. So I'm in high school. If I'm in high school and I'm going out with my friends, I know my method was, okay, either I got to come back home early or if I'm out, I have to come back home real late so I can make sure that he's asleep. Mm-hmm. That's the only way I'm going to be able to get away from it, sneak in the house. And like I say, my pops is the type of dude, he'll call me at 1 o'clock in the morning if I'm still out, and he'll say some slick shit, and I'm trying to, I'm trying to defend myself, he'll hang up on me. That's how I know that, okay, it's gonna be trouble when I get home. But if I stay out long enough and he falls asleep, and he was the type of dude, if he fell asleep, he low-key can sleep that anger off, and he'll wake up the next morning, and he'll look at me. All right now, he'll walk off. But it had one time I was out. I still remember it like it's yesterday. One time I was out and he gave me that call, asked me where I was at. I'm trying to explain to him. Click, hang up on me. So I'm like, all right, let me stay out a little bit so I can make sure that he's asleep. I don't think I came back till like 3 in the morning. I put the key in the trunk, and of course my brothers and sisters sleep. I'm the only one doing shit like this. I sneak in the door, and I'm trying to push the door, and it's hard to push. And I push it a little bit harder, and I'm hearing shit fall on the floor. What the fuck? Bing! I'm trying to push it open so it can stop making the noise. It felt like some shit falling. I opened the door. This nigga done nailed the door closed. He nailed it. Oh, nah. Nailed the door closed, and he's sitting in the living room. He was asleep, and that shit woke him up. It was just bad from that point on. That nigga woke up. Bap, 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 bap. Kicks, punches, hit, grabbed all my shit out the room, throwing that bitch out. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, throwing all that shit out in the living room. Just throwing it all on the front yard. Bap, 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 bap. That was probably one of the ones. I was just like, hey, I don't know if I'm gonna come back from this one.
How did that end? How did that night end?
I mean, my mama tried to save me, but I don't know, man. Like I say, Haitian parents different, bro. It's either, like either your mama gonna try to save you if she see that shit going too far, or she gonna be his hype man while he beating you. Because he know that, you know what I'm saying? Because she because they know you ain't supposed to be doing the bullshit. So she gonna, go ahead, do it again. She was just be his hype man. But in that situation, she tried to help me out because she seen shit was finna go way left.
Yeah, I can tell.
Way left.
So he didn't want you out late at night. That's how Haitian parents are. They feel like you should come out and leave and come out.
Yeah, of course. I mean, shit, they think we outside doing some type of, we outside with the vagabonds are doing some dumb shit. You know what I mean? Because one thing with Haitian parents, man, they really think, what they believe with the American culture. That's one thing with the American culture with them. They just think most of all Americans, they just with the bullshit. You know what I mean? That's the way they see it. They see that, okay, we come over here to give y'all a better life. Y'all need to be dialed in, going to school, being doctors, lawyers. Don't run around with a lot of these crazy-ass American kids with their fucking pants hanging on their ass.
True.
If we see it, you know what I mean, we going in. So if we out that late and we chasing girls and we out doing whatever, they automatically think we just with the bullshit. Just trying to throw everything away and just pretty much throw out like the whole reason that they came over here for. You know what I'm saying? So that first generation Haitian kid is always the worst for us. The first generation, always the worst. Always.
Yo, take us back to your first fight, if you remember your first fight, not with your siblings, but like in school or in the street, like.
Oh man, my first, I don't even think I remember that, bro. I was fighting ever since I was a young nigga. I remember, I was suspended from school every year on my birthday. From kindergarten till I was probably like in seventh grade. I don't know how. I used to just keep track of that shit. I'm like, man, hopefully, okay, this year I'm gonna try to make this shit cool. But for some reason, every year from my kindergarten up to seventh grade, I was suspended from school, from doing something, from fighting to doing whatever it is.
On your birthday?
September 7th. Virgo.
My son's birthday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Same day?
Same day.
That nigga's special. Whoever he is, that nigga's special. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Dawson.
Shout out to Dawson, my twin. What's going on?
But how you get? That's early though. Like,
that's like the first day of school.
Yeah,
that's when school
how
starts.
you get suspended so quick?
I don't know, man. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, we were just with it early, bro. Like, everybody in the house was fighting early. Like, we knew about that fight shit too early. We just aggressive. You know what I mean? Growing up like we grow up, and just Haitians, period.
True.
We just got that aggressive spirit. Like, when I go to Haiti now, like, I mean, you walk around and you just see it. You see it on them. You see it in their demeanor. Like, yeah, they nice people, but they just aggressive because of just the nature. You know what I mean? The nature of just the culture of just where we from, and understand that, you know what I mean, that's part of our history. That's a big part of our history. You know what I mean? Like, being the first black, free, independent nation in 1804. Like, that's all. I mean, that's the type of shit that we carry. You know what I mean? We were warriors, like, for real. And everybody, it's crazy. Women, men, they got that same just that fucking just that battle spirit about them. And you see it when we growing up, bro. Like, not too many Haitian kids that you can talk to that their parents just was just nice. None of them. They just, you know what I mean? All of them got that shit about them. Do what we say. You better make sure to do it like this. You gotta make sure to tighten up. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It was a no kissing, cuddling, I love you, none of that shit.
Facts.
We here to do a job.
And we're here to get it done.
Make sure you get it done. That's it.
Now, when you was fighting though in school, like, do you think you had an extra edge because your family was the fighters in the house, like your dad and your siblings? Like, do you think that kind of pushed you a little bit extra?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, like, we just, I don't know. I mean, of course, you know, them kids, you know, I mean, growing up, they didn't know how to fight too much. Just me, myself, I just think just my demeanor, you know what I mean, just really showed kids that, okay, you know what I'm saying, we already know what time it is with Bert. You know what I mean? I was one of them kids just growing up. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I said, at the same time, I was a cool cat. I was cool with everybody, always most popular here and there. Like I said, like in high school too. You know what I mean? Prom king, homecoming king. I was a popular kid, but, you know, when I got to high school, that's when all the actual fighting shit stopped. Because, I got to a certain point, you know, in my life too that, you know what I mean, I was ranked number one in the country at the time as an amateur, and everybody already knew me. They already knew what time it was with me, and I just wasn't on that shit. You know, and by the time I got to high school, I was already thinking about, you know what I mean, really trying to get to the money. That was it. Like, all right, I got to stay down there. Like this Olympic shit calling me for real. Like this situation might turn into a real situation. You know what I mean? Like, before it was me just doing everything else, boxing, running track, playing football, doing this, doing that. But now this shit really turned into a real situation, man. And I got a chance to see other cats around my community. I say the Tracy McGrady's, the what's the name, like the Ray Lewis's, you know, guys like that I knew that done made it out. Like, all right, I gotta be next up.
So when did you start boxing, taking boxing serious?
You know, I had my first like actual boxing match when I was 7 years old.
7?
Yeah, I was 7. You know, so I got into like the competition aspect early because my pops used to, you know, when he was getting ready for his mixed martial arts shit, you know, he used to have to train in a few different type of disciplines. He used to go and try to train the boxing gyms. He used to go to wrestling. He used to go do jiu-jitsu, and he used to just take me to the boxing gym with him because I was just so bad. You know what I mean? At school, my teachers used to tell him, like, listen, you need to take him somewhere to try to relieve this energy. You know what I'm saying? So he just started taking me to the boxing gym with him. And then, they threw me in the ring with some little fat kid at the time. And, you know, in my mind, I'm like, oh, shit, I'm about to knock this boy out. And he went in there and just did me. Boom, 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 boom. And I didn't understand how this shit was happening. You know what I mean? And that's when I really just got infatuated with the sport and really trying to learn, like, okay.
He put it on you?
Yeah, like I know I'm strong, I know I'm faster, but shit, nigga just had skill. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to really see the difference between. That's when I really got drawn in. I got to figure this shit out. So he just started taking me to the boxing gym with him, you know, all the time. And then I just...
Yeah, Pops had a handstands and all that.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, shit, yeah. Pops do everything, man. Pops was an animal out here.
Real quick before we get off the subject with Pops, did he ever give you that acknowledgement in life?
Yeah. You know, I think the crazy thing about it is I think when life started getting a little bit more serious for me, that's when he started, you know what I mean, hugging me, telling me, you know what I mean, he proud of me and telling me that, you know what I mean, he loved me when he seen shit really start getting serious. Like, man, shit, my kid really about to go to the Olympic trials and do this shit. And now we at this venue with thousands of people and it's just us. You know what I mean? So I gotta make sure that he knows that I'm with him, and I gotta make sure that he knows that I'm proud of him now. You know, we just not back home just trying to figure this shit out, or him just going off to these tournaments, winning and coming home with, you know what I mean, like these medals. Like, we here now, we're in the big stage. Like, I gotta acknowledge and just show him that I'm proud of him, and he just need to go ahead and handle his business. So as things started getting a lot more serious, and the stages kept getting bigger and bigger, and the threat start getting more serious for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not just fighting kids no more. Like, we fighting on the big stage, and we fighting the top niggas in the country, and of course, you know, from that point, and even just, you know, me just turning pro, me up under the lights and the cameras and this and that. That's when a lot of the love and acknowledgement came, because he seen me really becoming a man. You know what I'm saying? Really seeing me compete at that high level, and, you know what I mean, represent not just myself but the family. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean, I seen shit shift, you know, being like pretty fast when I got to that level. Yeah. Crazy.
Talk about like the transition from like that first fight at 7, and then you take things more serious. Like, what's that boxing life like as a kid? You know, like I played basketball, so it's different from boxing. So I'm not sure how that works for you guys growing up at a young age, like the training process and like you know, the whole. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think it was a little bit different for me because, like I said, everything that I did, you know what I mean, like my pops made it serious. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be fun. I mean, when I played football, when I did this, when I did that, it was just fun for me. But when it comes to this fight shit, it was always serious. You know, he didn't never let us do anything, you know what I mean, half-assed. Like, shit, I'm getting ready for amateur tournaments. He training, you know what I mean, he on my ass like I'm getting ready for a damn, you know what I mean, world title fight. You know what I mean, waking me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you know what I mean, doing sprints outside, and, you know what I mean, watching what I'm eating, doing this, doing that. I mean, I'm 7, 8, I'm 10 years old. You know what I mean? As soon as I get off the bus at school, you know what I mean, I got to hair up and change. I got to run 3 miles to the, you know what I mean, like to the boxing gym in a hot ass sun. And I think that's one thing too, like when it comes to me in my community back home, like a lot of people can't really go back home, or they can't really, get that love back home, once they reach a certain point of success. But the thing with me, like I grew up in the hood, but everybody got a chance to kind of be a part of my growth and success. Like, everybody has stories. If they see me running down, Havendale Boulevard since I've been 7 years old, up to since I've been, up to like, 18, 19 years old. Every other day, everybody, me growing up, it don't matter if it's a teacher, friends, homeboys, people that was telling my parents it was crazy, just sending me out in the hot ass sun running. It was like that from when I was 7 years old, running up Havendale Boulevard till I made it to the Olympic Games. So everybody got a chance to see my growth. They got a chance to see my progress. They'll see me running like that. Next thing you know, they'll see a fucking, like front of the paper. Andre Berto wins national championships. Like, they got a chance to see all this shit.
Right.
And they seen all the work I put in. So it's a different type of respect, when I go back home, all the time. So that's, I think that's
So
dope.
Pops was training you?
Pops was, no, I had boxing trainers. But he was my trainer at home. Like, he wasn't with none of this shit. Like,
So who was you, like, who? So when you went to go do find your love for boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because there's always a step, right? Somebody has to see something. Somebody who started training you when you were younger?
He took me to the gym. And my first ever trainer was a guy named Tony Barnes. This boxing coach that was back home in Winter Haven. He used to be a professional. He used to be pretty good back then, but like I said, he seen me walk in with him, and he seen a lot of potential. And my dad kind of just like put me in his hands, like, all right, man, I want you to train my kid. And we did that for probably like 2 years, and I think he ended up getting locked up or something. And then my next coach was an older guy. His name was Jack Leonard. Old man Jack, old white guy, but he was pretty much like a legend around where we come from, when it comes to boxing. He kind of just took me all the way up. And then when he was about to pass away, it was this other kid that came into the gym. His name was Tony Morgan. He kind of took situations over from there. And then from there, me and Tony went from the Olympics all the way up to world titles and all this other type shit. So yeah, I went through like 2 of them.
Tell us about how do you get into the Olympics? How does that work?
Man, you gotta beat everybody.
Gotta be pretty good, huh?
Yeah, man. Like for me, it was like a kid from a small town. Of course, having big dreams. I wanted to go to the Olympics. I didn't know how the fuck how. You know what I'm saying? But as I continued to win, I started to not just win, I was dominating. It got to a point I was just winning all the state, championships in Florida, easily. So everybody knew who I was. So it got to a point that even when I went to these tournaments in Florida, it didn't matter what weight that I was fighting in, everybody pulled out. So I got to a point I didn't have any fights. So I automatically advanced to regionals, which was pretty much 6, 7 other states on the East Coast, and I just dominated that space too. And once I did that, they ended up paying, for me to come to nationals. And of course, nationals, they were either in California, Colorado, whatever the case may be. And like when it comes down to that, man, like that was my first time ever just hopping on a plane too. Being able to get on the plane is when I was able to earn my way to nationals, and I was like 13. And that was the first time I actually got some new shit, was when I made the U.S. team when I was 15. And, we were sponsored by Adidas, and they'll send me big-ass fucking boxes of just Adidas shit, to get ready to go to tournaments. That was the first time that I just had new, brand new shit just come to my house. And my mom, my pops, they looking, what the fuck? And we made it, you know what I'm saying? So that was always just a good feeling too, man. To be able to... just to earn my way to get all that shit. That was always
so. But at one point, like so that's when you were younger.
Yeah.
The big Olympics, though.
Oh yeah, the big Olympics. That was same deal, man. Shit, it got to a point. Shit, I was ranked number one in the country.
I'm just saying, you have to beat who? Like,
you have to go through. You have to go through a series of tournaments. So you have to win one of the big tournaments, which is the U.S. Championships, the Golden Gloves, or I think the Power National Championships, in order to qualify to go to the Olympic trials.
Oh.
So I ended up winning the Golden Gloves again, and ended up making the Olympic trials, qualifying for the Olympic trials. And then those top 4 or 5 guys, 6 guys, we fight at the Olympic trials. And then, of course, whoever wins those brackets ends up making the team.
What was the toughest fight you had in the Golden Gloves?
Golden Gloves? I fought Tim Bradley, probably. I fought Tim Bradley in the finals at the Golden Gloves. We went at it, but I ended up beating him and winning the Golden Boy of the tournament, actually. That's the crazy thing about it, man. I won the Golden Boy that year, which is the most outstanding boxer, and Floyd came to watch. And he seen me back then, and he walked over and talked to me like, listen, I want to take you and your team out. You know what I'm saying? We need to talk, man. I think you're going to be next up. Shit, like back then, he wanted to sign me back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I read it. I don't want to, don't move too fast.
No, don't move too fast.
Yeah, because I read that, because I read that
move too
also,
fast.
like, there was some sort of, like, you felt at one point there was some sort of hidden animosity or something like that. You didn't understand, because you said he took you out, he wanted to take you out.
Yeah.
And I don't know, and I definitely want to, I'm from Queens, so, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions.
Ask me all of it now. That's what we here.
Before we get into that, like, so Tim Bradley was tough.
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't tough. Keep it real. He was tough. Is that shit?
Yeah, I beat him a few times.
He's all right.
I beat him a few times. Well, yeah. I had to get through him.
You had to get through.
Yeah, I had to get through him. You know what I'm saying?
But okay, so you win the Golden Gloves, right?
Yep.
And then you go to the Olympics.
Yeah, I went to Olympic trials.
Trials, okay.
Then we go to trials, then we end up going to the games.
And then how was that? Like, walk me through the steps. I don't know about it.
I mean, the games were. I mean, the crazy thing about it, okay, let me go back, because it was
exactly. Stop skipping shit.
It was some crazy shit that happened.
Oh.
It was some crazy shit that happened.
Let's go. Tell me the crazy shit that happened. Gee, chill, man.
It's the crazy shit that happened. The first time it ever happened in, Olympic trial history. But I go to the Olympic trials, and I fight against my number one nemesis. He beat me twice already. This kid named Warren McPherson from Cleveland, Ohio. But I'm trained, I'm ready, and we draw each other the first day when they did the draw on the bracket. Everybody in the fucking stadium, they wrapped around this ring to see this fight, because now we at Olympic trials. These niggas drew each other the first day. They would expect us to meet in the finals, but we meet the first day. But I'm ready. I've been training with my man Winky Wright, getting him ready for Shane Mosley at the time. I was training camp with him. So I'm ready, man, and damn, we going there, we going at it. I'm up by like 6 points. I'm about to beat this nigga finally. Finally. Like I said, he beat me twice already. And I'm happy because I'm about to beat him where it counts. I hit him with a right hand, boom. He fall back to the ropes. And then the ropes pushes him forward. He fall on top of me, trying to hold me. In my mind, I'm thinking, no, nigga, you ain't finna get away this time. I got to get you up out of here. Because I got to make this team. He tried to get up on me. I sling him off me. He falls down. I see his coach in the corner, like, stay down. He act like I threw him down and broke his neck. The referee comes out. He looking. You don't know what's going on. He just goes like this. I don't know what happened. I'm thinking I just won. This and that. They end up disqualifying me.
Oh, wow.
They end up disqualifying me. Everybody goes crazy. I'm sitting there. I'm crying. I'm mad. I'm sad. You know what I'm saying? My dreams got taken away from me. So after that match, They did a big protest. They reinstated me back in the tournament. I show up the next day at the weigh-ins, ready to fight again. I fought again. I beat the guy, I guess a kid named Vanis. I beat him. So I'm on my way to the finals of the Olympic trials, like to make the U.S. team. The same kid that I got into the situation with the first fight, he comes back with his lawyers, and they want to sue. They stopped the whole tournament for 3 days until we had to figure the situation out because he had a strong legal team behind him. They stopped the whole tournament. We had to go into arbitration. And, of course, a lot of other kids that were training for that and their parents and people that were, behind them, they were getting upset that they stopped the whole tournament for 3 days just because of us. And we ended up having to go to arbitration. They ended up just disqualifying both of us, me and him. And that was it. And as soon as I walked out of that arbitration room, at the time, one of the number one managers, his name was Shelly Finkel. He was managing Mike Tyson at the time. So, at these Olympic trials, all the pro scouts and managers and all that shit be there to see who they gonna get. So Shelly Finkel, he was already on my trail. So as soon as I walked out the room, it was over. And he asked me then, he said, have you ever, do you know if Haiti ever happened to team? I'm like, nah. I don't know if, Haiti having no fucking boxing team or don't go to the Olympics, nothing. He said, all right, I'll make some phone calls. He made some phone calls, and that year was the first year Haiti was trying to take a team. So I got disqualified off of the Olympic trials. And the guy that I beat the second time, he ended up making the team. I end up, fighting for Haiti at Olympic qualifiers. So, of course, once they heard about it, because it was news everywhere, they were more than happy to invite me in. Everybody else on the team lost the first day. I'm the only person that won and continued to qualify and made it to the Olympic Games for Haiti. So I ended up being a one-man team fighting for Haiti at the Olympics.
Wow. Hey, hold on. So this guy name is Juan McPherson?
Yeah. Juan McPherson.
So hold on. His neck wasn't broke?
No, nigga, he showed up at the weigh-ins trying to fight. He like, oh yeah, they disqualified him.
Why you call him your arch nemesis?
Because he was the only one that, like when he was at a tournament, he was the only one that would beat me at these tournaments. Tall, 6'2", 6'3", southpaw. He was, he was a bad boy, to be honest.
He was good. You give him credit.
Yeah, I give him that.
Do you hold it against him for getting you disqualified? Did you ever get mad like that was some sucker stuff? Or
of course I was upset at the time, but shit, I was just so focused on getting there, and I ended up having to take another route. You know what I'm saying? But I got it done. Shit.
Took another route.
Took another route. You know what I'm saying? Took another route, got it done, and I just knew that as soon as I turned pro, that's where I was going to flourish at, because I had just more of a pro style.
Did you ever want to fight him again? Like, you could.
Shit, I wanted to hit it. I wanted to fight him at the trials. Shit, I wanted to fight his ass outside. You know what I mean? Like trying to slick shit, but this crazy thing about it, even with him, man, shit, like I said, he was one of them ones. He was a special kid, bro. But after that shit happened, he fell off. You know what I'm saying? He fell all the way off, man, and it's crazy because his name still comes up around me when it comes to interviews with, like people that, like I say, that know about me from way back then. But he fell off, man. Nobody don't know what happened to him.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at his name.
Yeah, man, Juan was a beast, bro. And now, especially like with all the success I've had, I be reaching out. I be like, man, shit, y'all keep talking about him. Like, like some of the people that's from Cleveland, they'll interview me and bring that situation up because it was so big when it happened. And they really thought that Juan was either it was going to be me or Juan that was going to go to the Olympics. And it was him and LeBron at the time that was the big names in Cleveland at the time. You know what I'm saying? So they still bring it up.
So you fought for Haiti.
Yep.
How far did you go?
Shit, I lost what? I lost second day to France.
A French fighter?
Yeah, I don't know how. I beat the hell out.
You don't know how. He beat you up.
I beat the hell out of this nigga. Gave him 2 standing 8 counts. But you know.
So you
got a Haiti flag on you.
I'm about to get in.
We got a Haitian flag on you.
So you accusing? You was cheated?
Listen.
Were you cheated? Yes or no? Come on.
I was definitely cheated. You got a Haitian flag on you. They like. They was giving it to me ever since I put that Haitian flag on.
So he ain't beat you.
No, he ain't beat me. I almost knocked him out. What they give him the stand 8 count 3 times, damn near. I'm like, okay. I'm in the corner. I'm about to knock him out. Boop, 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 boop. 1, 2. About 3 times, he still won off points.
Was he good?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't trying to hit none of that shit.
It wasn't memorable.
I wasn't trying to hit none of that shit. I'm like, I was supposed to win this thing. All of it. Fuck that.
So
I was cheated.
What was after that? You lost to the French dude.
I lost to the French dude, of course. And then it was time to turn pro, man. It was time to go. So, you know, I got back to the States and you know, yeah, I mean, that's what everybody was waiting for.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I had all the top promoters, all the top, you know what I mean, networks. I mean, all of them was waiting on me. I came straight back here to New York. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I met up with Lou DiBella. My man Dame Dash was my man. You know what I mean? The whole Rockefeller crew. Yeah, I mean, I was rock with them. You know what I mean? Like, even before that. So, you know, they saw me early. They seen me early. You know what I mean? Because like Jay, Big, and Dames, they used to box over at Chelsea, and like I said, they love boxing, man. So I was one of them guys that they seen when I was coming up. So they used to have me come up here to New York, like, you know what I mean, every other weekend just to come hang out and party and shit. And you know what I mean. So when I turned pro, when it was time to turn pro, you know, I came back and I had a big meeting with HBO and at Lou DiBella at the time. And Dame was just like, listen, y'all know where I've been wanting to get in this fight shit for a while, Bert. We got to make something happen. I'm like, Dame, like, you my man, Jay my man, everybody my man, but I don't want to be y'all guinea pig with this shit because, like, you know what I mean? I was like the number 1 pick out of that whole Olympic team to turn pro and to do something. And we had a conversation, man, and you know, we ended up, you know what I mean, trying to work something out. We ended up working something out. We did like co-promotion. You know what I mean? When it was, you know what I mean? So it was Lou DiBella, HBO, and Dame Dash. And we ended up, you know what I mean, doing it like that.
You fought Dame Dash in the ring.
Man, Dame ain't ready for that, man. Dame been barking that shit for a long time. We did that little shit. He almost got killed. You see that? Dame, you almost got killed now.
I ain't gonna lie, he put it on you a little bit?
He ain't put nothing on nothing.
You sure?
That nigga too old for that shit, man. Him.
What year was this?
Cam. I think that was a few years back. That was like 4 or 5. Shit, that was like 5 years back. Him and Cam they came into the gym. And Dame was talking that shit. I'm like, all right, man, come on. You know what I'm saying? He came straight at me. He trying to be aggressive.
Keep it real. He light you up a little bit. I saw it.
Nah, he ain't there.
That nigga hit me with one shot.
That nigga hit me with one shot.
Get light up sometimes.
That nigga hit me with one shot. Dame, listen, me and Dame done been through some shit now. You know what I'm saying? Dame ain't ready for that work, bro. Dame ain't ready.
What you mean y'all been through some shit? What type of shit y'all been through?
Nah, I mean, that's my man. Shit, like I said, I was, you know what I mean? I was around through a lot of the shit, man. That's one thing I still get upset about because, you know, they broke up like right before, like right when my shit was about to take off. Yeah. And that's when the shit kind of split up, man. I didn't get a chance to get my chain or nothing like that. But
so you wanted your chain? He still owe you a chain?
I still need the chain, bro. Still need the chain. You know what I'm saying? I still talk to, you know what I mean, Jay from time to time. I see him or I just see somebody just pull up on me. Hey, man, Jay want to see you, just out of nowhere. I'm like, all right, cool. So, you know, it's still love, you know what I mean, when it comes to all those guys. Dame, Jay, Biggs.
Did you when they broke up, you didn't pick any sides, you was just...
No, not so much. I mean, of course I had a relationship, you know, more with Dame, you know, at the time, you know, when the split was going on. you know, and just seeing everything happen, it was just crazy. You know what I mean? Because just me just coming up there, just seeing just the camaraderie of just the whole team. You know what I mean? Dame, Biggs, you know, Jay, the whole State Property fam, just everybody. And just to see everybody trying to choose sides up and just see how everything split apart. That shit was crazy. You know what I mean? But I'll rock with Dame for a while.
I'm about to get him.
Wow, you got something for him?
I got something for him. Okay.
You sure?
Tell me what y'all got now.
So I'm just saying,
I feel like I'm on a damn.
So you've been through a lot with Dame and them.
Yeah, that's my man. That's my man. I was just with him. What,
You been doing a lot of street stuff too.
shit, like a week or two, huh? You know, I listen, man. I know a lot of niggas out here, B.
Did you go through?
You
a lot
know
of
one
street
thing
stuff?
about it. One thing about it. Hey, Flip. I don't know if you know. I know a lot of niggas out
Niggas
here.
always want to talk smooth. Did you
No,
go through a lot of
like,
street shit? Yes or no?
Listen, bro. I've been in the mix out here for a long time, nigga.
What's the craziest thing you went through with Dame that you can talk about? Nothing that you cannot talk about. Something that you can. We don't want to indict that. Something you can. Like, tell me something you crazy you seen without a Dame or Rockefeller that you've been.
Nah, everything been good, man. We
Chill,
been swallowing.
come on, man.
Chill, man. We've been good, man. I listen. It's nah. You know what the thing is with me. I think I've always had like a relationship with a lot of niggas that conflicted, which I didn't ever want to come in between. Like, say I was, you know what I mean. Like Jimmy was my man. You know what I mean. Jimmy Henchman was my man. You know what I mean? And you know, he used to have his little situations with a lot of other niggas I used to fuck with. So I used to catch a lot of different energies from a lot of different places, you know what I'm saying? Just by me just being out here, just, you know what I'm saying, just having a lot of these type of, you know what I mean, relationships. So, you know, but like I say, everything always been.
You ain't in street fights?
Huh?
You got jumped? You got
For
violent?
me? I ain't never get jumped, man.
You ain't in these street fights?
You said, have I?
Yeah, since being, you know what I mean? Like,
I
cause
mean, nah, hell nah. You know, I got into a lot of shit out in Atlanta. You know, I lived down in Atlanta, man. We used to get to it a little bit. We used to get to it.
no industry people though.
Yeah, you know, my first, my man Ant can tell you about it. My first week, you know, living in Atlanta, I'm in the mall with me and my man. And then I'm in the Louis store, and some niggas, they walk up on me, and hey, you know, you Berto, right? I'm like, yeah, what's going on? You know what I mean? Hey, man, da-da-da-da-da, you know, I met you out in L.A. before, this and that. He had like 4 or 5 niggas with him. Hey, man, you know what I mean? Let's get your number, bro. You know, we slide out the Magic tonight, da-da-da. I'm just like, all right, cool. You know, I had like 3 or 4 niggas with me. I'm like, cool, all right, cool. You know what I mean? But a lot of people walk up on me, say I know him, and I already talked to him, but I see so many faces, I don't be remembering. So I go back, I'm looking at the shit. My man, you know, he get down out there, you know, he get down to A, like everybody know him out there real heavy. So he see me, he like, man, why you get that nigga your number? He like, man, I told him, I was just like, yeah, I think I met dude out in Vegas, LA or some shit. He said he wanted to go out tonight. You know what I mean? Wanted to try to show me a good time, whatever. He was like, man. He's like, man, fuck that shit, man. You know the type of shit they do? I'm like, what you mean? He's like, yeah, these niggas be, you know what I mean? Certain niggas that come in town, they do shit like that, and then they be on some, you know what I mean? Like, they'll stick you up, or they'll pull you over to the, you'll pull up in the parking lot. You know what I mean? They'll do this, they'll do that. I'm like, word. I'm like, yeah. They just automatically, just because of, you know what I mean, just because of who I am in a sense, I couldn't, it's just hard for me to realize that a nigga try to try me like that. So we leave the joint, we looking for the niggas around the mall. And it was like around Christmas, so the Lennox Mall packed. We don't see the guys. I go out to valet, you know, all of us over here valet and shit. I'm waiting on my car to pull up, and I see the niggas out here waiting. So, of course, I walk up on dude like, hey, man, shit, I see y'all on the bullshit, huh? Nah, what you talking about? And my man, you know, pulled the shirt up, like, yeah, you know, we on that too. And before he can even say anything, I hit him. Bob! fell out there in the parking lot. You see all these guys, they just looking, but it's packed outside. I mean, I can speak about this now because a lot of people already know about the situation. I went through all the little legal shit with it. So shit was cool. I hit him. Yeah, I cleaned him out. I knocked him out outside. And we just jumped in the car. We just took off. But from that point on, the word went around the city so crazy, so fast, that at that point, man, it was just love everywhere we went. Out that way.
You knocked him out?
Yeah, I ended up knocking him out. I had to pay for it, but I ended up knocking him out.
How much you pay? 100,000?
Yeah, about 250.
He sued you?
Yeah, they do.
You was a stick-up kid that sued?
And they talk that tough shit, man. But after that, it was some different shit.
So was he a for sure stick-up kid? Because you said you went there, you saw him.
Nah, he was.
He was?
For you vowed it because your man could have been setting up the gas.
Yeah. Nah, I knew. I mean, like I said, after that, I was there for like 3-4 years, so I knew the situations, what was going on.
Got it. So it was a move.
Yeah.
You had any industry issues? Any industry issues with anybody in the industry? Don't think too hard. Come on, man.
I don't know, man.
You smashing my girl. Stop. I know the story.
You know what I mean? Like me, man. I've always.
I'm gonna give you a chance.
No, I've always had love in it all through the industry, man. Of course, me and Floyd used to, we used to go through our shit from time to time. You know what I mean?
We ain't gonna get to Floyd.
You know what I'm just talking about? Just like I'm talking about just the industry shit with him. Like just running through a lot of the same females type shit or bitch, you know what I mean? Like they come up to him, they bring my name up here, getting his feelings, go to popping shit, or he'll get niggas to try to call my phone on some funny shit.
That's not true.
You know what I mean?
Stop fronting.
You crazy.
I'm gonna talk about hold on.
Wow, you
I'm gonna
crazy.
get you. Hold on, check.
Y'all you know went through it now.
Listen.
That's
you
too
smooth,
crazy.
Boy, you smooth.
He's
Chocolate. All this freak shit.
He said what?
Listen. At the same time, here's what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
No rapper, before we get to any rapper, any R&B singer got mad at you because I heard that you had some. It came to my ear.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. That you were smashing somebody's girl. That's what I heard.
You probably had those situations, but I never had a situation, nigga, like really try to confront me.
Got it.
I've heard about it. I've known about certain situations.
Me too.
But nobody ain't confront me.
Oh, they ain't confront you? Just heard through the grapevine.
Nah, yeah.
So
they ain't never confront me.
Tell us the history. Tell us the history of you and Floyd. Like, bring it.
Yeah.
Just flip the script. Like,
well, the first thing he said earlier that Floyd came to see him fight.
I think the situation with me and Floyd has always been. Floyd has always tried to, even seeing me as a young guy, coming. He always wanted to try to, like, little bro me, like kind of like how he did Adrian. To a sense.
AB, yeah, shout out to my brother.
Yeah, I mean, like how he did AB. But I already know, certain niggas' character. You know what I mean?
What you mean by that? I ain't gonna let that slide. What you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, I just always knew about certain niggas' characters.
What you mean by that? What you mean?
Like the shit that happened with him and AB, I seen that happen. I seen that. I mean, I knew that was gonna happen. Because at the end of the day, Floyd, he ain't never gonna want nobody just as hot as him or coming up right up under that to be close to him, and he gonna really have genuine love for that motherfucker looking like a threat to him. Still, even now, for somebody like him having so much success, he's still like that, because at the end of the day, to be honest, I believe that Floyd is still very insecure in who he is. So he needs to continue to feel like he that man. That's the only reason he trains like he does. He's able to be as relentless as he is, because he knows if he loses that, it's a whole different situation.
So instead of giving somebody credit for training at an older age and grinding, you had to put a negative. A typical Haitian nigga.
Why I had to put a negative situation on it? Why did I have to put a... Hey, Jacob, man. I hate on the nigga. I just know.
I don't think it's hate, but listen.
I just know. Yeah.
Okay, so Adrian Broner's a great friend of mine. So
my man,
you saying that in order for a person to hate, this is how I look at it from where I'm from. They either stop you from getting the bag, right? Stop you from getting the bag, like mess up an opportunity for you, or they will prevent you from an opportunity. That's why I look at it as hate.
Yep.
So if that didn't happen. That's not hate then.
That's not hate, but at the same time, I don't like the type of situation that a nigga stand next to you and act like he for you, but if he see you fall, he low key gonna laugh and be like, "Oh, I told y'all so." You know what I'm saying? He ain't as great as me. He ain't as good as me.
He said that about people.
I mean, that type of shit. Like, he got that type of energy.
Got it.
All the time.
So you told spiritual.
So like, even back then, when he, you know what I mean, used to try to little bro me, and, you know what I mean? But like I said, my mentality was different. It wasn't like, oh man, I'm next to Floyd Mayweather. It was, damn, nigga, I want to try to get everything this nigga got. But that's just from where I'm from. That's just my mentality when it came down to
you tried to book him mentally.
No, I ain't trying to book him, but
I said mentally.
Mentally. Mentally, I tried to book him like, nigga, I need everything you got, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I think he used to always feel that energy. Cause so like, even after I turned pro, and that shit going 100 miles an hour, and at the same time, I'm in the industry too. I'm not one of these fighters that fight and go home. Y'all just see on TV. Y'all see me with Dame. Y'all see me with Jay. Y'all see me on, you know, at the time it was Hip Hop Weekly. I'm on that shit. I'm at every Super Bowl event, you know, All-Star situation. You know what I mean? Just me fucking with, you know, Melo, Braun. Like I said, I know all these niggas. You know, Puff, you know, Chris and Herb. I known all of them as I was, you know what I mean, coming up in the pros because I was right in New York. I'm right in the mix of all the shit. And it's like, for him, he seen it, but it was always like, man, you know, the kid, I mean, I see him, but he ain't me. You know what I'm saying? But even though he seen me coming, and he used to hate the fact of just seeing all these other celebrities that he knew, you know, fucking with me like that at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand that. I'm like, bro, like, you are who you are, but you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make my own lane. You know what I'm saying?
Well, wait, hold on. I gotta, excuse me, forgive me. So now you speaking from a Haitian perspective, like spiritual.
I'm not speaking about that.
Or you speaking for, where is the hardcore facts that you can say, yo, Flip, this is what he did to try to.
I got too many stories to be honest.
Give me one.
I got too. It don't matter if it's. Listen, I don't want to be on here feeling like I'm hating on nobody because that's not the case. This just, you asked me the question.
Fact, but that's just this is my personality. I don't think you're hating, but I'm just trying to.
At all.
My personality is like this.
Okay.
My personality is to question everything.
Yeah.
I'm just, because when something like that happens, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's either somebody put you on, or you hear it, or you see it.
Oh yeah, a lot of motherfuckers just put me on.
Oh really? Wow.
All the time. Okay. All the time. It don't matter if I'm with a damn female, and damn, you know, I'm fucking with a female, and she get a call from the nigga. I'm seeing it.
I like this guy.
That type shit. Like, I'm seeing it.
Chill, man.
You know what I mean? That type shit. Like,
you saw that with your eyes.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Plenty of times. This situation with different motherfuckers. See it with my own eyes. And sometimes, you know, it's a bitch that I know that he seen me in the club with. Type shit.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like that type shit.
That sounds kind of crazy.
And it's like me with them, and look at this nigga calling me. I'm like, go ahead, man. Answer the phone. Do what you do. Oh, this nigga he tried to offer me, you want to come down to Miami with him. I'm like, go ahead, go, man. Do your thing. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go. I'm like, man, just go do your thing. Have a good time. Oh, the nigga tried to give me, the nigga say he want to give me 15 grand just to come down and just hang out. I'm just like, go get your money, go have a good time. Shit like that.
So,
like,
wait. Did you say go
all the time?
Did you say go because of your pride?
No.
You didn't want to give it because he took your joint? Let's talk about it, nigga.
No, it's not
Did he take your bitch?
It's not no take my joint. It's
Did
you
he
trying
take
to pay.
your bitch?
First off, none of them is mine. These just motherfuckers that I just meet in the club that night. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers I meet in the club that night, or motherfuckers that I meet, you know what I mean, a week before at a party or some shit. None of them ain't never belonged to me.
But when you say go ahead, just go,
I'll be dead ass. No, I'll be dead ass.
Oh, so you dead serious?
I'll be dead
it
ass.
Wasn't a defense mechanism.
And at the same time, I'll be wanting to see what they gonna do.
So keep it real. How many of them went?
Nah, I ain't had not one go. That's my right hand to God.
Would he say anything about you on the phone?
He's had situations like that. You know what I mean? I've had them, homegirl call me. You know what I mean? Hey, I ran into old boy last night at the club. I'm like, who? Floyd. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Man, he spazzed out on me. I'm like, wow, what's going on? And he invite me and my girls in the section, and then, I tell him, oh, I know another boxer, Andre Berto, and he spazzed on me. Don't be talking about no other boxer around me. What the fuck wrong with you making her fuck up my section? Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, really? I'm like, well, I'm used to that type of shit. I mean, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So it's like, but the thing is, like, when we see each other,
but I know you like this guy. Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
I know you can't smooth, but chill. We got to get that to the bottom.
Yeah, he trying to kill.
I'm trying to,
you know what I mean? At the same time, like, the way I see it is, bro, like, the way I see this shit, to be honest, like, I never take this shit serious. I see this shit low-key as a sport, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you fuck with the bitches, if you feel some type way, or if I'm with a bitch, I don't care nothing about none of them.
You said he had dudes call your phone.
Yeah, he had one time, had a situation happen. He had a situation happen, and I believe that this is what I believe, in which I really know that I believe that's why that fight happened with me and him.
Okay.
And this is exclusive shit. I ain't tell nobody this right here yet.
I'm Queen's Flip. Can you tell me about it?
Now, we had a situation where, you know what I'm saying, his what's her name, Miss Jackson, which I've known her for a nice little bit. Yeah, her name's Chanel. She from Florida. Okay. You know what I'm saying? The what's name that he was supposed to marry, or his fiance, whatever the case may be. I heard about them breaking up or whatever the case. And I'm in L.A. I live in L.A. And then I used to throw parties in L.A. all the time. So, she popped up at one of the parties. You know what I mean? And this is fresh off of like they break up. When he was getting ready to fight Cotto. Actually, he was getting ready to fight Cotto. And, from what I'm hearing, he going crazy. He looking for her. You know what I'm saying? And she ducking and dodging because he got everybody on the streets looking for her. So she pop up at my crib. Of course, I got a little party. She come see me. What's up? What's going on? So she telling me about the situation. I'm like, oh, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? So
the story sound like it ends crazy.
No, I'm saying it ain't crazy. Like I say, that's my girl, man. No, that's my girl. Like, I fuck with her. Like, she just came through just come through, say what's happening. Because she was finally free, pretty much. And then she, like, the party do what it do, and everybody leave, go home. I had a homegirl call me. My homegirl called me like, hey, this nigga just called me, and he gonna pay me like 5 racks to call you just to hear about, what's going on, because old girl was over here at the house. I was like, really? He said, yeah. I'm like, fuck it, get your money. Yeah, go ahead, call me. You know what I'm saying? So he called me, so she called me back, and I hear these niggas in the background. First off, that type shit. So, she asking me questions about the shit. I'm talking crazy. She said she didn't want that nigga. Yeah, she said da 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 da. I'm talking crazy, but I low-key hear this nigga in the background, B. So after that situation, after that conversation, I already knew from then, like, that nigga just made it a point that, okay, man, this nigga need to get it in. And then probably a little bit like after that, he had to fight with Pacquiao. We all go to the fight and shit. I'm walking around the casino after the fight. My man Rodney Jerkins walked up to me. He said, bro, I just left Floyd house. This is right after the fight. I just left Floyd house. Only thing he kept saying is, I'm fighting Berto next. I got to get this nigga Berto. I said, what? I said, nigga, the fight just finished 30 minutes ago. Like, the only thing he kept saying around the house, he want to fight you next. I'm like, what the fuck this shit come from just out of nowhere? Like, what the fuck going on? This is the biggest fight of his career. Nigga on cloud 9. He need to be thinking about going on vacation somewhere. ever since then, I already knew what it was. And then right after that, bro, you know, I was in training camp getting ready for another fight, to fight somebody else. And then I got the call. Hey, man, I know you're in the middle of camp, but you probably need to stop because I think this fight going to happen. I was like, what fight? No, Floyd, they want to do it. I'm like, but I'm getting ready to fight it like in 5 weeks. Yeah, but, you know, hey, you know, he said he want to make you. So it don't matter if you got to fight yourself or not, that shit getting cut ASAP. He don't want to hear nothing else.
What happened with you and Miss Jackson?
Nothing. That's my partner. That's the homie, man. There he go. He trying to start some shit. Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Did you try to make it seem like on the phone that something happened?
No.
Is she? Oh,
No.
come on, so
I didn't say nothing. I didn't try. I think he said that's corny.
Ain't no more closet over there. There's no more closet over there.
Wacko, what I'm supposed to do? Wacko.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. The story, the way he telling
Wacko.
the story,
Wacko, they trying to
the way he telling
make
the story, it sounds like
Wacko,
a little crazy.
what they doing?
It's something he's not telling us. The way he said that story, the setup of the
Listen,
story,
it was,
crazy.
listen. You know, now I felt some type of way that he let the girl call me to talk like
you
that.
make it seem like you and Miss Jackson did something real?
No, I didn't.
Real so shit.
I didn't. I just said that, you know.
Did she spend the night at the crib?
Nah.
She did. So she left with everybody else.
Everybody else.
She was respectful. There might be no every time you get nervous, you start to wipe your
No,
lips.
she didn't. No, I wouldn't do it. No, I wouldn't do it.
No,
like
don't scratch the back of your head.
No, I wouldn't do it like that. She didn't do nothing. She
Shout out to
came
Miss
and
Jackson.
kicked it.
So she
I
was
seen
solid.
her. She was solid.
But you did have a conversation with her about the situation. She did talk to you.
Yeah, it was slight.
Okay, because y'all was friends.
Yeah, because like I said, we known each other for a while.
Oh, see, I stayed on that conversation for a little bit and went on the other stuff, correct?
What you mean?
What you mean what I mean?
What you mean? On what? It wasn't nothing crazy, right?
You used Miss Jackson.
I didn't use nobody for nothing.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. Said a solidified fight.
You know what you was doing.
I didn't do nothing.
He knew my.
You knew what you was doing.
This nigga's crazy. I didn't do nothing.
You should be
ashamed
ashamed of yourself, Zoe.
I didn't do nothing. That nigga was just mad. She was at my house when he was getting ready for that damn fight. That was it. That nigga just got mad because every other type of situation, any type of other situation, even before then, we used to keep crossing paths over some type of bullshit. I don't know if he thought I was trying to, you know, try some other slick and, you know what I mean, try some other shit and tried to, you know what I mean, come up on him again or some shit.
What you mean come up on him again?
No, I'm just saying.
Hold on. What was the first time you came up on him?
I mean, I'm just saying we used to just always cross paths when it comes to.
Did you ever have an argument before in public?
No, I never. We ain't never. I mean, I would never argue about no female like that.
Yeah, never had argument. But there's a couple of times it was over some female.
No, we ain't never really had no issues. No, we never had no upfront personal issues. It was if he had an issue with a female, he would never let me know it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing if I had an issue about, you know what I mean, anything with a female, I ain't gonna let no nigga know what, you know, what situation I'm handling with the, you know, with the female. So nah, man. Nothing like that.
That's kind of So you think that he fought you? You feel like he fought you because she was just at your house chilling, being respectful.
I think he fought me, you know, I think that's one of the big reasons for sure. Because I don't know if he felt like he was disrespected. I mean, because like during the situation, I know that he, you know, that shit hurt him at the time. You know what I'm saying? He was really going through it. You know, I mean, I don't know.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you feel bad a little bit? Let me ask you.
Feel bad about what?
You get
feel bad about what?
That's his girl, man.
What they got to do with me?
Exactly. So why?
I ain't got nothing to do with none of that.
Bro code, man. Why you ain't telling him to come in the
This
house?
nigga got 100 bitches.
They broke up. He said.
Yeah.
Chill.
Yeah, they broke up. This nigga got 100.
They just broke up, he said.
This nigga got 100 bitches. What they got?
That's not your business.
I didn't do nothing about nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I didn't tell her to walk through that door. She chilling. She free. She got
Why you mean she free? Why you saying like that?
She was. Nigga, like they broke up. She was done.
You invited her to the party?
I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what. I didn't know what was going on.
That's the key thing right there. Yeah. If you knew she just broke up with her and you invited her to the party, then that's
a different situation.
Yeah, that sounds.
I didn't know what was going on. I was surprised to see him pop up. You know what I'm saying?
But she still stayed a little bit and talked to you.
She tried to stay to relax and chill. You know what I'm saying? She just was happy to be free from the situation.
Free
from the situation.
You
understand me? That was it. She was happy to be free from the situation. She tried to let her hair down, boy.
Yo,
listen.
I'm gonna keep it. I don't like that, bro.
Why you don't?
What if that would have happened to you?
What you mean?
And one of your baby mamas or girl. What if that would have happened? How would
that
you
wasn't his baby mama. Listen. Me, I'm different in that sense too. It's like, listen. If I'm with somebody and she voluntarily wanted to go talk to another nigga, what am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? I'm finna compete. At the end of the day, that's what she chose to do. If she choosing that, the fuck I want to fight? I want to go crazy for what? She choosing that. I ain't gonna go fight that man for what? I ain't gonna be upset about him for nothing. If she's choosing to do that, any type of female. So yeah, even if it was my situation, nah, man, I just have to cut off.
How did you feel about the fight against her? How you feel you did?
The fight against Floyd, it was, me, myself, I was ready to go to war. I was in crazy shape. You know what I mean? But, Floyd gonna do what he gonna do. He gonna talk that shit like he finna go in there and try to knock you out. And then, you know what I mean? When he seen that I was there for business, he do what he do. Move, shake, you know what I'm saying? Dipping and dodging and all that type shit. And to be honest, I just said this shit on another podcast last week. To be honest, that's probably one of my easiest fights in the way of not feeling like I was in a fight. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he's very great defensively, but I really walked out of that fight feeling like I just went for a jog. It was like that.
You say he don't hit hard either. I heard in an interview you say he doesn't really hit hard.
Nah, he don't hit hard. But at the same time, like I said, he's very defensive. I got to give him that. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of the best in that sense. But it got to a point that I'm in the ring and I'm throwing punches. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving out of punches. I'm going back to the fucking, to the corner. Like, damn, like, did he hit me or did I hit him? Like, I think it was like that type of deal. And I was coming. If you see the fight, I was getting in shape, just come at him all night, and that's just what it was. I was just chasing him all night. I was in his face all night. You know what I mean? He doing his dipping and dodging.
Did y'all speak after the fight?
Yeah, we was talking during the fight. He'll grab me. Damn, nigga, you really came to fight, didn't you? Damn, nigga, you know what I mean? We was talking during the fight. Like I said, I've known this dude since I've been like 16, bro. So
what's the craziest thing he said to you in the fight?
I ain't no talking shit. He be talking this shit. You know what I'm saying? He talking a little shit, but I was right back at him. Yeah, nigga, you gonna keep running all night? That's what we doing? Shut up. You know what I mean? That's how you do it. But, at that point, man, get to a point when guys like that done reached a certain point in their career. Motherfuckers don't really want that physical action like that, especially with him. He's so smart and very defensive. And going into the fight, I already got to put in my mind, like, all right, well, listen, I got to deal with this fucking atmosphere that he bringing this big-ass circus. I got to deal with the fact that he got the motherfucking judges in his pocket. I got to deal with the fact he had a referee in his pocket. And you know what I'm saying? I got to be here to try to knock him out. That's the only way you're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you dealing with somebody that got so much experience. You know what I mean? Just him moving around that ring, it was almost like he was sleepwalking, like he can just do it in his sleep. Like, he knows every area of that ring. He knows how to move all the way through it. He knows how to go behind the referee, to clinch. He knows so many different tactics. Just me sitting down in the corner, I see him listening to his daddy, but he keep looking at me. Just to see if I'm breathing hard or shit like that. He's very, very observant. All through the fight, looking up at the clock. He'll stand in front of you, looking at the clock, like he knows when he needs to hit you, when he needs to get his 2 or 3, 4 little points and get out of there. You know what I'm saying? But for guys like us, we think, we think offensive first. We're gonna go and get it. For him, it's do enough to get out of that round and win, and be very defensive and be very smart. You know what I mean? So it's different for sure. Different situation.
What's your whole mindset before the fight now? Like this person you known since you were young. This is Floyd. This is Money Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? This is that guy that you looked up to probably as a kid, and now you're in the ring with him. Like before the fight, like are you nervous? Are you knowing you're gonna win the fight? Are you thinking he's gonna win? Like what's your mindset before the fight?
My thing is, of course you got to go into a fight like that just very confident. You know what I mean? But the thing with me is of course I train my body to be in the best shape possible. But to fight somebody like him, you got to be able to try to prepare yourself so much mentally, because it is Floyd Mayweather. He is a great fighter, but I've been watching him for so long, so I know his punch patterns. I know which shots that he likes to throw. I know if I throw a jab, he's going to pull off of him and throw the right hand. I know he likes to, jab up top and jab to the body before he tries to throw any other shots. He never really throws any combinations. You know what I mean? But it's just the fact of really just trying to prepare yourself mentally for the atmosphere that he brings too, because he comes with that circus. If it's just a lot of people in the arena, or if it's his bodyguards, walking around, his homies walking around popping the shit, if it's this, if it's that, if it's people yelling in the ring, you got to get ready for that atmosphere, as well. And so just really during the training camp, I already knew I was going to be in hella shape, but it was me mentally getting myself together. Like, all right, cool, it don't matter what this atmosphere looks like. It doesn't matter what happens. It's going to go like this. Every second, every round, I'm going to be in his face. I'm going to be in his face. I'm not going to let none of this shit distract me. I'm going to be in his face every second of every round. He got to feel me. You know what I mean? Pause. He got to feel me every second of every round, and knowing that I'm here. And if he slip up, I'm going to catch his ass. I'm going to clip him. You know what I mean? That's just what it was.
So, you had a...
Jacko.
Yeah.
Jack. Yeah. You out of there, snowing and shit all on the camera. Man. Come on, man.
On the shit, you go in the hallway, man.
Look at his face, man.
You on the shit, you go out there, man.
That's that nigga.
It's in the mics,
yeah,
man.
Brooklyn niggas,
man. Be the pillow or something, man.
Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn, B.
Hey, yo, so tell us, your career changed at the loss to Victor Ortiz.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us what that did. Like, bring us to that whole. I need to know that whole moment. I got something else I read too. I'm gonna get at you with that. But before I do that, let's talk about Victor Ortiz.
Yeah.
What happened? Are you giving him the actual credit? Like, yo, Flip, he was the better man, Flip.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was at a point in my career that I was just the hottest. I was just the hottest young nigga out at the time. The only thing you kept hearing is me fighting Floyd. I was gonna be Floyd's successor. I was gonna be the next this, next that, and me and him were gonna be fighting next. And I fought one fight, I knocked this kid out, and I'm thinking that me and him were gonna fight next. And then and Floyd and his team, they throw Victor Ortiz in front of me. I didn't know who he was. I didn't care to know who he was. I was upset. I didn't want to fight the kid. I just wanted to have that Floyd fight. And at the time, I'm in Atlanta, living in Atlanta, right in the mix of all the shit. You know what I'm saying? Having a good time. And I'm upset that the fight got made. So I don't come to camp until probably 4 weeks before the fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm out partying, doing what I do. I come to camp 4 weeks out. Just being arrogant, just a lot of ego. You know what I'm saying? I train, of course, half-ass 4 weeks. And for this kid, it's the biggest opportunity of his life. You know what I'm saying? So, I show up at the fight. And that's the first time, to be honest, it's the first time me going to a fight that I was nervous. Because I knew I didn't prepare like I was supposed to. You know what I mean? Even though I thought that, okay, I know me. And, once I start getting in the mix, You know what I mean? I'm too fast, I'm too strong, I'm end up clipping them, I'm end up, probably putting them out. So I get to the fight, and I'm getting ready to walk out, to the ring. Already a little bit nervous because, they put a lot of, like I said, at this point, like I started to get a lot of, promotion and just notoriety. All the lights was on me. I remember we fought right in Connecticut. I walk out to the ring. I look to my right. I see Floyd. I see 50. I see all the HBO executives, Al Heyman. I'm like, what the fuck they doing here? I'm still looking at me. I hop in the ring. I see this kid, man, he bounced on the other side of the ring, looked like a fucking wild dog, ready to get it. My fucking heart was just like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, like, damn, this nigga ready. And I know I was on the bullshit. And that's just what it was, man. He came to fight, and he came, shit, he was in that bitch dog. And as you can see from the fight, man, I just was getting tired throughout the fight. Yes, you know what I mean? Even though I clipped him a few times, that I think the second time I knocked him down, I don't even know how he got up from that shit. The second time I knocked him down. But, you know what I'm saying? I ended up, he was just a better man that night. And I think that was the first time that I was in a position once I lost that fight was, just reality shook like this. And everything at the time that I was asking for when it comes to the attention from fans and from celebrities, wanting them to know who I was and wanting them to know that I was just that next guy, I wanted to hide away from all of it. All those eyes, all that, like all those praises, I just wanted to hide away from all of it. And, after that, I just feel like I just got embarrassed in front of the world. I remember walking through the airport with the fucking hoodie over my head, got my family around me. I'm thinking everybody looking at me, everybody seeing the fucking fight. Man, I got back home, it was in the paper. Everybody was talking about it. I'm in the house. I locked myself in the house. It's on Sports Center. Because it was, at the time I didn't think so, but it was an amazing fight, of course. It was the fight of the year, for HBO. And at the time, I even thought about it. It was so crazy in the sense of just how you can feel at that point. That was my first time probably in my life that I wanted to do anything it took to silence the noise. That was my first time to ever feel like I didn't care if something happened to me at that time.
You contemplated suicide, bro?
Like, it was kind of to that point, man, to a point I really just felt like I just wanted all of it to stop because it was just talked about so much. It was so big of an upset. You know what I mean? I remember I called my cousins, I called my brother, like, listen, we gotta get up out of here. And we hopped on a plane. I put everybody on the plane. I flew to Bali because I wanted to go somewhere that nobody knew me. I didn't have to see no Sports Center. Didn't want to hear nothing. So we flew out there for like 2 weeks just to get away from it all, bro. And, just to try to silence that shit. And, just from that point on, just me coming back. And, of course, after that fight, it was so big for Ortiz. He ended up fighting, Floyd next. But from that point, it was at a point that I really just had to kind of rebuild myself, mentally. That's when I really understood that, this fight game is a mental game because, I always knew how talented I was. I always knew how strong and fast I was. I always knew, just mentally I was just stronger than everybody as well. But at that point, it felt like I didn't have that superpower I thought that I had. You understand me? So I gotta, so it took some time for me trying to build my confidence back up, to where it needed to be able to have that courage to walk back out to that ring, the same place where I got embarrassed, 6, 7, like 8 months, ago, that it was a certain type of pain that I just hated. I had to walk back into that. So it was kind of, you had to go through a crazy process just mentally, man. And, I tell a lot of fighters now, I see a lot of fighters go through it and they have to deal with it, if it's boxing, if it's MMA, You know what I mean? I know what they got to go through. I know that shit. A lot of motherfuckers don't come back from it.
Then my brother Danny Garcia, he experienced something like that as well.
I see. He spoke about
in the ring. You know what I mean? He spoke
because it's tough to a sense of same. You know what I mean? Same situation like Danny. Danny was, like I said, he was flying high, and so you take that first loss, so you take that second loss. That same superpower that you feel like you had as being somewhat invincible and everybody loving you, everybody praising you. Now those same fans, they looking at you a little funny. They thinking that you can get beat by just anybody so that responsibility feels a little bit more heavier now too, because you've always taken care of the family, taking care of everybody around you. Now you starting to doubt yourself if you can really continue to do this shit. You understand me? Because everybody depending on you now. But can I still, walk back in that ring and be the man that they always love? You know what I'm saying? After taking a loss, taking another loss, and taking this, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you got to keep looking at yourself in the mirror. So a lot of people don't come back from that shit at all, because that shit feels like a nightmare almost when you go through it.
Now, you gonna keep it real with me, right?
Oh, I'm always keeping it real.
I don't know if you talked about this, but
keep it 100.
They said that a rematch was set up with Victor Ortiz, right?
Yeah.
And they said that it got canceled because they said that you had steroids in your system.
Yeah.
Bring me through that. Bring me. I want you to be honest. Like what?
I'm being honest.
What they keep it real? Like what happened?
I'm being real. The situation that happened, exactly the situation that happened was, before I was in training camp, I went to Mexico on a vacation. And of course, spent time with the family, ate whatever I wanted to eat, blase, blase. I came back, getting ready to hop in training camp to fight this guy again. Cool. Me and my mind knowing, okay, we're going to have to take random drug tests in and out. There's going to be they're going to keep coming. So I'm in camp, and they do a test. And then, and then the whole situation stopped. I get a call from Al Heyman, like, listen, bro, what's going on? Talk to me. I'm like, what you talking about? And then they have this test saying that I had some, they say I had some traces of, and it's some old-ass steroids that a lot of motherfuckers don't even use no more. I'm like, the fuck are they talking about? We had to do our research, and of course we had to talk to, like Victor Conti as well, who was the drug, specialist. He's asked me all these questions, asked me what I've been doing, and what's this and what's that. I said, I just went to Mexico too. He was like, okay. So it's a situation with a lot of, athletes that go to Mexico because they pump these type of steroids in all the beef there still. Still, even like the last 2-3 Olympics, they tell these guys too, if you make the Olympic team, places where you cannot go and eat the food before you go out to camp because you're going to get tested. So, that was a situation that happened. It was like a semi-ounce trace of some type of steroid that they found in my system. And, they ended up finding out it was from some of the beef from Mexico that I had. So that shit got canceled. And then, of course, from that point, people don't ask no questions. Again, on Sports Center, they just say, just tested positive and it was over. They just ran with that shit. So.
What did that do to you when you...
Man, at that point, I'm somebody that always, walk with integrity and just everybody and their mama know me just for working hard and just working like a dog. And they just started, everybody just started questioning that. They started questioning my hard work ethic, questioning, like, why the nigga look so shredded up while he be fighting? And why he so strong? I'm like, my nigga, like, y'all can see fucking pictures when I was in high school, nigga. Like, it's just my genetics. You know what I'm saying? So, so you just start getting questioned for a whole bunch of bullshit at that time. So I dealt with that for a couple of years, actually. I dealt with that for a couple of years after that. But now, It is what it is.
When I'm asking you, did it hurt you mentally, like that one?
Yeah, of course. I mean, because like I said, I've always was somebody that was just heavy on just integrity and hard work. That's where I grew up.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what, all that drug shit was. Like we barely drunk the fucking protein shakes. You know what I'm saying? It was just hard work for us all the time. I didn't know what the shit was. I didn't know where to get the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was, it definitely hurt me because, it got to a point that even just family, friends was questioning, like, damn, like, we ain't see you around town for a while, like, this type of shit that you doing now. I'm just like, come on, bro. So, just, shit was embarrassing, and at the same time, not just to me, just for my family, too. You know what I'm saying? So,
I
just had to work my way about that shit.
You're a Haitian. You did that shit proud, man. I can see it. You ain't like that. Look at you.
They ain't like that shit at all.
Nobody asked no questions? They didn't ask you?
Yeah, they did. My pops, all of them.
No, but I mean like the news, and nobody asked you anything. They didn't. You didn't.
Yeah, they asked me, of course. I mean, after the shit went down, I had to kind of, lay low for a little bit. And then once I got back out, of course, media asks, all those type of questions. You know what I mean? So.
And it was the beef. Pause.
It was the beef.
Respect.
Okay. It was the beef. And if they do their research, they see a lot of motherfuckers get popped for that beef in Mexico.
That sound crazy.
It's crazy. It's wild, man. It's crazy. Even you look this shit up now, like, you'll see it. It's crazy. So, like, even now when I go to Mexico, when I was fighting and shit, like, after that, anytime I go there, I never eat the beef. I always just eat chicken, shrimp, and all that shit. Never after that.
Yo, who was the toughest fight that you ever had, in your opinion?
I tell people all the time, my toughest fight was probably this kid named David Estrada. And that was probably my first, like, real, like, introduction to the pro game. You understand? It was
that was an HBO fight, right?
Yeah. It was a big showcase on HBO. And they put me in there with somebody that was a dog. He didn't give a fuck that they was trying to showcase me, this new, this new hot star. He didn't give a fuck about none of that. That bell rung, he ran straight over there, just started digging. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time I was like, I'm going back to the corner. Like, what the fuck? Like, this motherfucker trying to embarrass me in front of everybody. Like, and his shit was heavy. You know what I mean? Like, that was the first fight where I really had to dig within myself when he was hitting me. Like, really thinking to myself, like, okay, it's either I'm gonna fold or I need to fucking buckle down and try to break this man, because he wasn't trying to stop at all. He was really trying to take that shine that night. And then, like I said, that was my first fight, man, after I knocked him out. Like, I literally had to beat him up for 11 rounds, and I'm knocking him out in the 11th. But he was there every second, every round. That was the first fight I left the ring. I went to the dressing room. Of course, body hurting, but be able to look in the mirror and see my face didn't look like my face. You know what I'm saying? Shit swelled up, shit looking like this.
What's his name again?
His name was David Estrada. My first time seeing that shit and going into the bathroom to piss, that shit looked like cranberry juice. You know what I'm saying, coming out. And from all the body shots he hit me with, like my kidneys. You know what I mean? And it was
I saw this, yeah.
And that was like my true introduction to the pro game, bro. Like after that fight I had an after party, I didn't even go. I stayed and I soaked in the tub all night.
He was a tough one.
Yeah, that was like, that was a nigga that was, like I said, they knew me for having speed and power, cracking. I'm hitting this man with everything. He wasn't going nowhere. He took my shit and just kept coming. He come back with shit, bop, 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 and felt like he had bricks in his hand, nigga. I was feeling everything. I was feeling it all. That shit was crazy.
I'm looking at it. Damn.
Yeah, what was going on? He was trying to get me.
He's trying to get you, but you got him.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck about that shit. He was trying to get me up out of
Was he
there.
supposed to be a walkthrough?
Nah, he was supposed to be a test. That motherfucker came to test me for sure. Damn. He tried to get me up out of there, man.
So after what did the Shawn Porter loss do to you?
You know, the Shawn Porter situation, I was, I don't know, I think I was at a point during that fight. Shit, I almost retired after that fight, to be honest. I didn't even tell people that shit. You know, because it got to a point that, okay, I've been doing this shit for a good amount of years now. And you know, if you seen the fight, it was like I said, it was an ugly fight. You know what I mean? Anybody that fights Shawn is going to be an ugly fight, but I took, you know, I mean, it was one of the first fights I had like a real concussion. During that fight, I took a lot of headbutts. You know what I'm saying? Cut me open with headbutts. And the referee just ain't say shit. So it was just like, it was just so frustrating because I kept getting headbutted all through the fight. And he just kept coming. Man have no power. He just had a lot of energy, just kept coming. And just, he's so short. He was just, I'm talking about just clashing my head. He ain't give a fuck. Shit, he was cut open from the headbutts, but he ain't give a fuck. And at that point, I'm just like, yo, this shit's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this shit feels crazy. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Just like I said, just even after that fight, I almost thought about just hanging it up after that fight.
Are the headbutts intentional, you think?
I mean, I think a lot of that shit was. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's how he fights at the same time, too. You know, but it was just too continuous for it not to be intentional. And you see everybody in the arena just yelling about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I kind of stumbled up, it was from a headbutt, him just coming to me. You know what I mean? He didn't punch me to try to get the referee to jump. It was just a lot of headbutts, bro. And that shit was some bullshit. It felt like I was in an MMA fight. I should have kneed him. Should have hit his ass with the elbow.
Yeah, look, you do got a lot of headbutts. Yeah, you got a lot of cuts in your face.
Yeah, man.
So what do they do in a situation like that? There's nothing to do. They just have to respect.
There's really ain't too much to do, man. I mean, shit, it's if the referee ain't calling it, and that's what makes it, you know what I'm saying, just real, you know, frustrating. If the referee ain't calling it, there ain't really too much they can do about it.
So when by the 9th round, when the referee stopped it, that was from not a headbutt though, was it?
Yeah, no, it came through as a headbutt first, and then he just started punching. And I was still affected by the headbutt. So I'm just trying to put my hands up, just trying to get my equilibrium together. You know what I'm saying? Because I just got hit with another headbutt, and then it just shook me up real bad, you know, to a point that I just knew I had a concussion afterwards.
What do they say about headbutts in boxing? It's illegal, correct?
Of course you ain't supposed to do it, but, you know, a lot of guys, they just fight so fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like if the referee don't catch it, they just keep that shit rocking.
When you watched it back, how upset you got?
You know the crazy thing with me, man, when it comes to a lot of fights, I don't like watching them shits. Like certain fights, like even certain fights where that I won or I dominated, if I feel like I didn't perform like I know how to perform, I don't watch it. It's crazy. I'm a very big critic just on myself, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll fight a fight, and unless that shit look motherfucking pristine, maybe I'll watch it. If it ain't, I'm just like, I'll chalk that shit up.
Last question about it. Did he hit hard?
Nah, he didn't.
Man,
that's the crazy thing about it.
But the headbutt was hard, pause.
Oh, for sure. Nigga, football nigga. Football nigga, man. You don't know?
I got you.
Ask AB. Shit, AB know about it.
Yeah, I just see the AB joint. Yeah, AB pushed, okay. But they don't say nothing? They don't take points or none of that for that?
Like I say, man.
Isn't that why Tyson got mad at
Yeah. And like I said, sometimes, like I said, in those situations, it's like even like through the fight, I'm just talking to the referee, like, come on, like, what's going on? And he's just like, keep going. He'll run and fucking get up on me again with the shit. So it got to a point I was just like, man, shit's crazy. They just cutting me up. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. The fight game, man. The fight game. Shit crazy.
Was there ever a plan B for you outside of boxing?
What now?
Was there ever a plan B for if boxing didn't work out for you, or did you have anything else on the side you wanted to do besides boxing?
You know, I've always been. I mean, of course, everybody that knows me, in boxing and outside of boxing, they've always known I just had my hands in just different shit, man. I've always had the entrepreneurial, mindset all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dame always messed with me about it. You know what I mean? I've always tested out a lot of different things. You know, I've always brought a lot of big brands that had never been in the boxing into the fight game. You know, when it comes to sponsors and shit like that. I've always, been like a heavy investor outside of the game. You know, when it comes to real estate, when it comes to, like other TV show concepts that I've created. I've always known that like boxing is just gonna be just another platform for me to do something else dope. You know what I mean? So like even now, like you go through my Instagram and shit, you see me just, speaking at a lot of, just a lot of, like big events, a lot of, big stages too, when it comes to, guys, just athletes being able to make that transition. Because a lot of them can't. It's impossible for a lot of guys because we've been doing this shit all our life. But I hate the fact that, a lot of athletes feel like once this part of your life is over, motherfuckers hang up everything. You know what I'm saying? A lot of top, athletes, football, basketball, I say boxing in general, once their career's over, shit, you hardly see these niggas. They just they get fat, look crazy, and they just hide in the house. Yeah. Just talk about, the old days type shit. But just me, man, I always just feel like there's a lot of just different levels of life. If it's me in amateurs and me going to the peak of that, and me turning pro and me going to the peak of that, becoming the world champion and fighting on the top level. And in that next level, we gotta fucking keep taking that shit up to a whole nother level on the next level too. So I'm looking forward to once I officially retire. I ain't officially retired yet, but we're just really trying to dominate something else that a lot of my peers can sit back and be like, damn, like you see this other shit this nigga doing now?
Right.
So that's what I'm on.
Well, so you didn't officially retire yet. So
no, I didn't.
So that means it's still open season right now.
It's still open season, man. I took a nice little break. You know what I'm saying? Folks be getting at me. They think I retired because I ain't fighting about, 2-3 years. I don't have my kids and shit, so I've been trying to chill.
How many kids you got?
I got 2 now. I got 2 kids and I've been trying to, I got a lot of other businesses going on outside the ring as well too that I just kind of just been nourishing, but I still been getting calls. You know what I mean? Like me and Al Heyman talk every day. Fucking Showtime call me on a regular basis. So like for me, it has to be the right situation for me to come back. That's just if I come back, like I tell them. So maybe come back for one more. We'll see.
Let me ask you a question.
What up?
Floyd Mayweather said his toughest fight was Emmanuel Augustus. What do you think about Emmanuel Augustus?
Emmanuel Augustus was a beast, man. Emmanuel Augustus was a beast because he was the type of nigga that he had like 30-something losses. But he'll beat your ass. Like that nigga was different, man. He was real awkward. He'll fight you crazy, but he one of them niggas that just ain't care. But he's always been in shape, and I'm talking about he was a dog. He was real awkward, and he'll just come to fight like a motherfucker. But, like I said, he got like 30-something losses, man. He's just a rough, rugged, you know what I'm saying? Like rough, rugged fighter, man, to just come in there and go to work. And I think I remember seeing that fight.
that they a lot of times they say he lost because of all the dancing and
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he ain't care. Like he was almost like a nigga that did coke or some shit before he got before he got in the ring. Like for real, like he did some shit. Cause he was going that bitch. Serious, like he was going that bitch and just be playing around, but beating your ass at the same time, dance around, pop, 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 like do dumb shit. He do dumb shit, but he was a good fighter. Like the nigga can really fight his ass off, bro. It's crazy.
So you would believe when Floyd say that? Would you believe that that was one of his toughest fight?
Yeah, I think him. Of course, Cotto was probably one of his toughest too. Castillo was definitely one of his toughest. Yeah, I think those 3 probably his top 3 that I think was probably like his toughest. That it could have probably went either way. You know what I'm saying? He fought Castillo, it could have went either way.
How do you think Cotto did against him?
Now, Cotto did great. I think Cotto did great against him. You know, he was stressed, you know what I'm saying? He was looking for Mr. Jackson. He was stressed. You know what I'm saying? Shit was different.
Are you bringing up Miss Jackson?
Because that's the fight that he was in camp for. That shit was happening. He was stressed, man.
I don't like that.
He said, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Why you don't like that?
All right, man, I'm good. Listen, man. What's next for my brother Andre Berto?
Man, we got a lot of shit going on, man. Trying to make sure all the young fighters stand on point too, man. Shout out to my nigga AB. We're going to try to make sure to keep his head on straight. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, man, we got a lot of great things coming, man. You know, outside the ring. A lot of great ventures. And I think, you know, maybe coming back for one more. We'll see.
So you don't think Maidana did good against him?
Oh yeah, Maidana did really good too. Oh, I forgot about Maidana. Maidana did good against him too. Maidana did good.
But he always come back. I don't like what you said earlier. Like he got the refs and judges in his pocket. I don't like that. But
he said he don't like that. What you want me to say?
I'm like, you can't.
Listen, bro. The thing is with dude is he a legend. The nigga has put himself in a position of power in the game because, you know what I'm saying, he worked his way to get there. You know what I'm saying? You know, to a point that he's a big power in the game, period. So he really can do whatever the fuck he want to do. He can do whatever he want to do. And so, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, when you fighting Floyd, it is the Floyd Mayweather show. And you know, and they're giving you an opportunity to make history if you can. Period. You know what I'm saying? So if I say that, oh man, he got a judge in his pocket, that's really just me just saying, listen, this is his show. And if you don't come in that motherfucker and knock his ass out or to really beat him up, it's a no-go. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he got a chance. He built himself to be in that position. You know what I'm saying? So
all right.
Man, this nigga Flip got me sounding like a hater on this thing.
No,
see that, Jack? Jack, this nigga got me sounding like I'm a hater on this.
I don't think you hate. I mean, my style. That's my style of interviewing. I definitely like to prize. No, I don't think you a hater at all, man.
I ain't got no reason to hate.
I don't think, but it is funny to pry about the Miss Jackson situation because I want to know
that shit. That's funny.
That's
I mean,
yeah, that's
I gotta
crazy.
watch you though. I'm gonna do some more research on you because I gotta watch you. You're a slick guy.
Why?
See what you do.
How am I slick?
You slick. You try to take niggas' girls.
That
You all that.
nigga see the bras on Instagram. You talking about getting the girl?
The girl called you and warned you. You told her get the bag.
I told her get the bag. What's the problem?
Did she give you PC?
She ain't got to. You know what I mean? Hey, listen.
You don't like it, Joe.
hesitation for me. That's what it was.
No, I'm saying, listen, bro. If he calling,
pull the mic up.
I ain't finna get. If he calling, I ain't finna stop you from getting the bag because I ain't finna give you that bread. So we might as well go get it. Yeah, I mean, you sitting over here sitting next to me because you want to, because we kicking it and we finna do what we do. But if somebody, you know what I mean, somebody trying to give you a bag for it, go get it.
I agree. I
Shit.
the same thing.
Yeah. What you gonna do, Flip? You gonna hate? What you gonna go at that nigga for real? Man, fuck that 20,000. Come on, stay with me. That's what you gonna do?
Hey,
you gonna hate on him?
Don't you?
Now that's hating.
Don't you talk to my friend like that?
I can see Flip doing that.
Oh, that was
really?
Hey,
really? Really?
G.
Really?
I don't say really like
you
that.
You really gonna do that shit? You finna go?
Like that.
You finna get up and go for real?
I can't even take it serious. I can't.
That's what you gonna do.
No, never.
I can see you doing that.
I'm not a hater, never.
You
get
that's a hater.
I want PC.
Huh? He said I want PC.
Yeah. You get 20, I want 15.
Yo. Listen, man. I
appreciate you, man.
Man, appreciate you, man.
Now, last thing for me, you know, I gotta ask them, you know, who's your top 5 favorite boxers of all time?
We got
in no particular order.
Yeah, Joe Louis, Sugar Ray Robinson, Ali, Marvin Hagler, Mike Tyson. Yeah, it's probably my favorite.
Okay.
Favorite.
Who do you think got it right now? That's out.
I think Tank got it right now.
Say who?
Tank.
I think Tank got it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Tank. He different. You know what I'm saying? He got that. He got the skill, and he just got that presence about him. That I mean, you know, certain shit that that certain people have that you just can't. You just can't buy. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? He just got an aura about him that was so organic that people they you know, he has somewhat of like that Mike Tyson type of aura with him when it's time for him to fight, to a sense. Of course on a smaller, you know, scale, but you know what I mean, for a nigga that don't talk that much and don't be, you know what I mean, he don't be everywhere, he don't be doing too much, but people show up when it's time for him to fight.
Yeah, he's good.
You know what I'm saying? They show up. You know what I'm saying? He's selling out arenas now, and shit, he knocking them out. You know what I'm saying? He definitely got it. He definitely got the game right now.
That's what's up.
Heavy.
Give everybody social media one time. They can find you at Instagram.
Social media right now. Of course, just my name, Andre Berto, on all platforms. Instagram, Facebook, all the other shit, Twitter.
You be on TikTok or not?
I just started on TikTok a little bit.
Got you.
Yeah. My team got me on it. Trying to get my shit cracking.
Got you.
All right.
Round of applause one time, man. Berto in the building.
Appreciate it.
Dope episode. Classic episode.
It sound like Jay. You got me sounding like a hater. What's that?
Oh, don't get up yet. We ain't close out yet, nigga.
We ain't close out?
Nah, we close out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole team in the building, man. You know, we here. Shout out to the Bassy group. Shout out to Tati Monday. Tati Tuesday? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make sure you follow the pages, man, at DJG Money Official, at Queens Flip with a Z, at Flip the Script Pod. Follow the TikTok page as well, Flip the Script Pod. You know, I put some more stuff on the page soon. We gotta keep that rolling because it's doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, dope episode.
I got a shape.
You got a shape?
This guy, man.
How you just he got a shape?
He's like an actor. MC such and such. Hey, yo, listen. Queens Flip URL TV. URL TV.tv. Some madness is coming up, man. Shout out to Smack and all that. You know, I got shout out to
Smack.
Great episode.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
Smack out.
Shout out to my man Andre Berto.
Yeah.
You know, I feel good, man. You know, remember lock it. Man, shout out to Bassy. You know what I mean? Bike riding. Shout out to JR Smooth in the building. Tati Tuesdays. You gonna
start boxing now too? You gonna start training?
But, you know,
tighten up now. You got that weight up. You got to keep that shit off down there.
I might get more. Remember, lock your doors, close your windows, close your blinds, open your blinds. If you see a nigga like Andre Berto on your lawn, put it away. He don't mean no harm, but don't let him in because he'll try to fuck your girl all night long.